Okay, now we go on to example 7. I hope you are following me so far. Okay, example 7. Given that, okay, wait, before you go on, if in the event that you are not following me, you can always pause and replay the video. Okay, I hope that you are smart enough to do that. So if you can follow me, let's go on to example 7, the last second example. Okay, given that the expansion of square root 1 plus x squared in ascending powers of x up to and including a term in x to the power of 6 is as follows. Find an approximation to square root 26. Okay, now this time don't need to expand. Okay, we are already given the expansion. Okay, so you save a lot of work. So before we find an approximation, right, like we need to find an approximation to square root 26, we need to substitute a value of x into the left hand side and to the right hand side such that we get the square root of 26 in the left hand side. Okay, but before we do that, we need to find out what is the values of x for which the expansion is valid. So we don't anyhow substitute a value of x in. We want to substitute a value of x that is that will cause the expansion to be valid. Okay, so this expansion is valid if the modulus of x squared is less than 1. Okay, because the modulus of x squared is less than 1, right, we can see that this will mean that x is also, the modulus of x is less than 1, and hence x is between minus 1 and 1. Okay. Okay, we can square root both sides for inequality is because we know that both sides are positive. Okay, because x squared will always be positive and 1 is also always positive. Okay, therefore I can square root both sides. Okay, you can only square root both sides when both sides are positive. Okay, so next, because x is between, the expansion is only valid if x is between minus 1 and 1. So when I substitute a value to find square root 26, I need to substitute a value of x that is between minus 1 and 1. Okay, so what we do here is I can substitute x equals to 1 over 5. Okay, so when x is equals to 1 over 5, my square root 1 plus x squared will give me square root 1 plus 1 over 25, and this actually gives me square root 26 over 25. Okay, that is how my square root 26 comes about. Okay, and this is actually square root 26 over 5. Okay, so now using my expansion, this is actually approximately equals to the expansion here, just that I need to substitute x equals to 1 over 5. Okay, so what I can do is, okay, I bring the 5 over and I multiply it by the expansion with the substituted value of x equals to 1 over 5. And because we are not using the plus dot 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 anymore, so I use the approximately equals to sign. Okay, and calculating this side, you can see that square root 26 is approximately equals to 5.10 to 3 SF. Okay, now at this point, right, you may want to use your calculator to calculate what is square root 26. You will see that it is actually very near to 5.10, which is the value that you calculate from this expansion. Okay, so this is one of the applications of binomial expansion. Okay, if you are ready, we will go on to example 8.